This team disappeared. Would have been disastrous because probably the league would have folded up.
The nuts and bolts of the deal are this. Pezim has given the club $1.7 million to see it through the '89 season. A $2 million line of credit is in place as a commitment for the 1990 campaign. And Pezim will not be saddled with the team's $8.9 million debt load.
What can you tell the creditors?
Well, I think all we can say to the creditors is that we'll be talking to them in the next several hours, next couple of days. Be finalizing the position. The BC Lions will have to do that, not the league. That's their obligation, their responsibility.
You think the league's looking at you merely as a sugar daddy and maybe not as a guy that's a real football fan?
Daddy, get out. No way at all. I mean, we're going to make this work. They're looking at me to help the league as well. They need a character like me. You know, the guy that shoots off his mouth, old motor mouth, you know.
What are you going to do to put butts in BC place?
What am I going to do? All kinds of gimmicks. You'll see what I mean.
Reaction on the street to the Pez purchase? Here's a sampling.
Yes, well, I think it should be interesting. I don't know. I think he should just stick to finding gold. He seems to be good at that.
But do you know who Murray Pezim is?
Never heard of him.
I think Murray Pezim's got too much money and too many wives.
If they get the cup, it'll be right on.
So what do you think of Murray Pezim buying the BC Lions?
He's too rich.
It's no secret Pez is a fan of the almighty buck, but is he a sports fan?
I'm an avid sports fan. I have 14 bookmakers.
Barry McDonald, CBC News, Vancouver.
Well, joining us now from Vancouver is the new owner of the BC Lions football team, Murray Pezim. Mr. Pezim, let me first get from you the bottom lines on this. How much did you pay for the football club, and what's it worth?
I paid 99 cents for the club.
Yeah.
That's a fact. But I put up $1.7 million to take him through this year, and I'm putting up a letter of credit for $2 million to look after next year.
Okay, and there's $8 million in debts out there. Has that got anything to do with you at all?
No, nothing to do with me whatsoever.
Can you make this thing work? How are you going to make it work?
I know I'm going to make it work. I mean, the public wants it. It's just been presented the wrong way. You know, the whole league is, as far as I'm concerned, has been on a down. Right now it's on and up, and we're going to get plenty of inspiration into all the teams.
Okay.
Vancouver, the BC Lions are going to save the CFL.
All right, well, look, here's what I don't understand, because here it seems like there's a little bit of a contradiction. You're coming in here, you're a mining promoter, you're well known in the mining industry, you're the kind of guy that likes to go out there and find a property and develop it and pull gold out of it. A lot of people in the country think that the CFL is a gold mine that's long since been tapped and the ore's run out of it.
Well, I don't. They haven't drilled deep enough, and I'm a good driller.
Okay, well, how are you going to do it?
Well, you're going to hear a lot of things are going to happen. You're going to get a lot of great announcements. I promise you I'll double the crowd at least there, and we're going to get that old razzmatazz back into the people, you know, or just like what's happening in Toronto with the Blue Jays. Hey, I think that's great. You know, God bless them all there, and I bet you the Blue Jays take it all this year.
Yeah, but see, I don't see how you can compare the Canadian Football League with the Major Baseball League. I mean, in the first thing, well, the Blue Jays are going to get 2 million people in their ballpark this year. You barely got 2 million people if you got that many in all of the CFL teams across the country.
Right, but I remember, and you must remember, when football was a great thing here, certainly in BC, they had capacity audiences. We're going to get them back. We're going to let the public know that we want them back and make the available to them.
But can you get them into all the other stadiums? I mean, what can Murray Pezim do to get them into Winnipeg or get them into Toronto or in...
I tell you what I can do. When I go to Winnipeg, if they know I'm coming, you know the crowd is going to triple at least.
It's going to take more than that. Come on, you're going to have other ideas than that.
I might give them another announcement, maybe another marriage. I don't know. Whatever it takes, I will do. Well, I'm here to help the BC Lions, and I'm here to help the Canadian Football League.
Well, see, one of the things that everybody knows that the CFL is up against, of course, is the quality of football in the NFL. Television's had a lot to do with it. There are more and more games carried on the NFL in this country. I mean, how are you going to compete with the NFL for the television crowd and for the TV revenues? And there's a lot of money there.
Well, you have to be creative, but we can do it. You know, you just don't quit. I mean, I don't know what the meaning of the word quit is. There's tremendous opportunities here. You know, there's many ideas we can think of to make it interesting for the public, to get them to come down and see us.
I got to ask you, you got to give us one or two of them. I mean, come on.
Give you one or two what?
one or two of the ideas that you're going to use are going to get them into the tent, as they say, and get them into the ballpark.
Well, I know the next game in British Columbia or in Vancouver, I know that both Mark Gastineau and Bridget Nielsen will be there because they just joined the board of directors of Prime Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these people are very well known. They're very well loved. They're probably one of the most loved couples in the world today, and people are coming down to see them. They know I'm going to be there. I'm a fun guy, you know. I say it the way it is, and hey, it's all going to help.
Okay, now I want to ask you about this because it was a comment you made last night, yesterday when you made the announcement. You know, you called yourself a gambler. You joked. You said you got 14 bookies out there or something. Is this? Well, I mean, is this serious? And is this going to be a problem? We've just gone through a big sports story across North America with Pete Rose.
Now that was said as a joke, guys. So cool it.
Okay.
I don't bet on games. I do go down to Vegas and bet my money. Yes, I'll admit to that.
Yeah.
And I do gamble on women. I'll admit to that.
But you're not a gambler in the sense that you're using bookies, and this isn't going to be a problem
I don't
for you.
use bookmakers. God, no. Forget that.
Well, you got one thing going for you, Murray Pezim. You bought a first-place team. That's off to a good start, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great start, and I predict they're going to win every game from here on in. I'm going out to see them practice today, and they're going to get a few words from me. You know,
you're not going to be a George Steinbrenner kind of owner, are you? Now, you're not going to go out there and start telling them how to play football.
Of course not. I'm not the one, but I'll give them plenty of spirit and something to aim at. I promise you that.
Okay.
I mean, we've got a job to do. We've got to do it, period. We've got to do it, and we're going to do it.
Okay.
And the public will help.
Well, you're a promoter for sure, even in football. Murray Pezim in Vancouver, thanks very much for coming in.
My pleasure.
Talk now to another football owner. Harry Ornest paid a reported $5 million for the Toronto Argonauts. He's with us now in Toronto. Mr. Ornest, what are you doing? What do you think is happening with the CFL? How much trouble do you see it being in?
It isn't in any trouble now because we've resolved the Vancouver situation with Murray, and I wish him lots of luck, and I'm delighted he's joined the fold. Ottawa's straightened out. Our attendance is up throughout the league. Our television ratings are up. Our television revenue has tripled, and I think we're on an upgrade. I know we're on an upgrade, and I don't know why we have to listen to these when did you last beat your wife questions. The Global Network, which carried the NFL on Monday nights, canceled the Monday night show across Canada because our ratings are double the NFL ratings in Canada, and they can't get the advertisers. We've got a great game. It's national. It's a unique game, and we're putting it on a business-like basis. And with more private ownership, this league is on the way up again, and it's going to return to the halcyon days of the 70s and the early 80s.
Well, let's take them one at a time. Let's talk about television revenues. You think that you can beat the NFL?
No, Wed, I said our television ratings in Canada are far superior to the NFL ratings. We're only concerned about Canada.
Okay,
and there are so many false premises propagated by some of the media and some people. It's as if everything is a when did you last beat your wife question. We have an outstanding product. We're national. We don't have a club in Montreal, and we will have a club in Montreal. And we are drawing more people than we drew last year. Our television revenues have tripled. We'll have the Grey Cup in this marvelous Sky Dome this fall. It'll be the most lucrative Grey Cup in the history of our game. And I don't know why there's an attempt to have a doomsday prophet outlook about our league when everything points, as a business, to it moving ahead.
But it's not doomsday when here was the BC Lions. What do they owe? $8 million.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You are saying what they owed. And you haven't mentioned that the BC Lions Football Club had an asset, a real estate asset of $3.5 million. The BC Lions have paid the highest rental, apart from the Argonauts, to the Dome Stadium. I mean, their rental has created a profit-making venture out of that marvelous building in Vancouver. Now, they have a rental that's similar to many NFL clubs. We're back on a business-like fair basis for our league. It had community ownership virtually everywhere in the league. Now we're developing private ownership, even in Western Canada, with Murray now taking over the Lions. I'm telling you, he's going to be a success there because he's in a great football city. He has a great franchise in a marvelous stadium, and all the uncertainty about the Lions has disappeared because he's put up $4 million to operate that football club, and that's the best sign ever.
Well, look at Mr. Ernest. Do you and Murray Pezim really have to worry anymore about the CFL? Because you're in Toronto, that's a great football town. You have the new Dome Stadium. He's got BC Place. He's in a great football town. A lot of people in the country are wondering when we're going to see NFL in Canada.
No, they're not.
And if the CFL went down, wouldn't you both be in a good position to go into CFL franchises?
I don't rely on somebody going down. The CFL is on the upswing. I mean, if you're determined, Whit, to tell me that the CFL isn't going to make it, I can't talk to you anymore about it. I mean, it's everything is a when did you last beat your wife question. This league, Hamilton, has doubled its attendance overnight virtually since David Braley took over the club. A Hamilton boy takes over the club, and they had almost a sellout against us Labor Day night.
Well, let me stop you right there and get this from you. Is this the make or break year then?
No,
because
of course
attendance
not.
are going to come up. Are they going to be able to come up only? Is it going to have to keep going from this year?
Well,
are you bottomed out and now you're coming up?
No, we haven't bottomed out. We are on the upswing. I've just finished saying our attendance is up, our revenues are up, there's a better feeling about our league. And I don't know where, I mean, now I don't hear anybody, I just heard it from you, about this league being in trouble. I mean, Ottawa has erased its financial problems. From an operating standpoint, the Rough Riders are break-even at the moment. Hamilton will show a profit this year, an operating profit. The Lions, now that their debt has been removed, from an operating standpoint, that's one of the great franchises it's a great franchise in our league.
Okay, Mr. Ernest, we're going to stop you right there. And thank you for coming back in. When we come back, we're going to talk to Roy McMurtry. He is the chairman of the CFL, and we'll talk to him about the future of the Football League. Stay with us. Well, tonight on our cover story, of course, we're looking at the future of the Canadian Football League, and we're going back to Toronto now to talk to Roy McMurtry. He is the chairman of the CFL. Mr. McMurtry, there has been a lot of reports in the media about the debt that the clubs are in. I know that you have been working and others have been working in the CFL to give it new life. We heard from Mr. Pezim, we heard from Mr. Ernest. I mean, they are very pushing the CFL, but isn't the reality that you're still in a tough spot and going through some difficult times?
Well, we've had some challenging times this year, obviously, in Ottawa and British Columbia, but this has been a very good year in so many other ways, and I'd like to concentrate more on the positive. As Harry Ornest said a few minutes ago, our television revenues have tripled this year over last year. We have first-rate new ownership in Toronto and Hamilton, and we're going to have strong ownership, very interesting ownership in Vancouver. And I think the pluses outnumber the minuses a great deal with. I think we're on the upswing. That's not to suggest that we're not going to have to do some things better. For example, I mean, I think we have a much more exciting game than the NFL. Huey Campbell, for example, the other day, who coached in the NFL, as you said, you know, the NFL is sort of 3 yards in a cloud of dust. The Canadian game is an exciting game. We haven't always marketed as well as we should. I think for a long time the league just assumed that people appreciated the quality of the game and that would be enough. Obviously, we live in a highly competitive entertainment world, but we're definitely on the upswing, and the challenges that we've encountered this year, we've encountered successfully, so we're all really very optimistic about the future.
Well, I'll talk to you about positive things, but what are the challenges? The challenges, is it simply in promotion? Is it more than that?
Well, we think we can do a better job marketing, but five out of the teams are going to make money this year, and the other teams are going to I think, end up the season much more strongly than they started. You know, we very seldom hear in Canada about the Major League Baseball franchises in the United States, for example, that are facing very serious financial problems, and every sporting league has these problems from time to time. But the crowds are coming back. As Harry mentioned, the crowds are way up this year. Hamilton the other night had the largest crowd they'd had in 8 years. Calgary the other night had one of the largest crowds they've had in years. it's looking very positive. And that's not to suggest that we should be complacent or that there isn't a lot of work to be done.
Can you compare, I know we have a different game than the Americans, that's clear. Is the quality of the game?
Well, I think
the quality of the game is not there with the NFL, and is that a problem?
Well, no, I think it's a hell of a lot more interest in the NFL. Our field is 40% larger. We attract a lot of very good athletes. To be an athlete, to be a good football player in the Canadian Football League, you have to be a more versatile athlete. You have to have a better athlete. You just can't stick 350 people on the line and get the job done because of the much different open rule structure. We attract a more versatile, well-rounded athlete, and as a result, the games are, I think, on average, more exciting. We know that we outdraw the NFL in Canada 2-1, and I think there is this recognition that the CFL provides a lot of excitement. The athletes are, in many cases, are different athletes, but they're better athletes than what's in the NFL, and I think we have to communicate the reality of that more effectively with.
Do you think this is perhaps a make-or-break year then for the league? You have two teams now that the debts have been looked after by, and you say the crowds are coming back, but if you can't sustain it through the year, I mean, can you go through another winter of concerns for this team or that team or the other team about their debt?
Well, I can tell you we're a lot stronger today than we were when I came in on January the 1st. And there's a resiliency in this league that is very special. We're going to be playing the 80th anniversary of the Grey Cup in November, and there's a deep, strong feeling about the league. Now, in certain parts of the country, of course, it may not be as strong as in other parts, but the depth of support is there, and we've just got to do a little better job of getting the people in the seats. But we're doing that, and we're going to continue to do it more effectively.
Okay, Roy McMurtry, chairman of the CFL. Thanks for coming in and helping us out with what is a Canadian game in the final analysis.
Well, it's certainly a very special game. Thank you, Ed.
Take care. That's our cover story for today. Our international report is next.